Do you feel the vibes?
The thing goes. Yeah, you get what I'm saying. Sick meme, I love that meme, low key. Anyways, what is going on, guys? Welcome back to another video. I hope you all are having a fantastic day so far. It is me, CZMouse9, back again with another PUBG tips and tricks video. As you can tell by the title, this is part 2 to the combat. Last time I talked about more of the weapons and stuff, and now I'm going to talk more about encounters and what you should do in different situations. Alright, so here we go. And for the first one is taking cover and knowing when to shoot back. So you're in a situation, maybe you are in one of the forests, okay? Someone starts shooting at you. If they start shooting at you and you do not know where they are, get to cover as fast as possible, okay? You want to just hide, and they're going to keep shooting at you. Okay, just stay standing by a tree and just keep moving around the tree until they stop shooting at you, because nobody's going to be shooting at you if they don't see you, and which could be a good technique to trying and baiting someone. Now, if you know where they are, I still would suggest falling back behind a tree. That way, if you need to, you can heal up, and then now you have the advantage because you know where they are and you're behind a tree. They might not be behind a tree, and if they're not, then that's great. Heal up if you need to as fast as possible, and then pop out and shoot them. Now, depending on what kind of sights you have and scopes, it just kind of depends. If they're pretty close up, then the red dot will do fine. Maybe 10 to 20 yards, you'll be good with a red dot. Any further than that, you're going to want to go with the 4 times. 8 times is just too excessive. Don't go with that. Only for snipers do you really need that, or very long range battles. But more than around 20-ish yards, then you should be using a 4 times. And if they're out in the open, you got them dead. Alright, you got nice, perfect line of sight, and it's bad deal on their part. I didn't know really how to say that, but bad on their part for not getting cover. Now, if you are completely in the open and you do not know where they are, then you're just gonna have to watch for the gunshots and shoot back, or you can try the bob and weave method. Now, the bob and weave method is very simple. In the gameplay, you see that tree over there that I just saw. If I was getting shot at and there's nothing around except that tree, I would use the bob and weave method. And basically what you want to be doing is you're going to be wanting to run side to side, and you're going to be wanting to jump and just make your pattern as unpredictable as possible, okay? Because it's hard to hit a moving target in this game. If someone's running down a hill, it's not that easy to hit them, especially if they are running if they're running perpendicular to you. If you're looking at them and they're running like sideways kinda, then that's very hard to hit them. But if they're running just straight, then it's pretty easy to hit them. But if you're in a completely open field, say I'm right here on this shore, someone starts shooting at me, you're going to want to fight back. There's pretty much nothing you can do unless you can somehow stun them, which I do not recommend, really. I just would say go ahead and start firing back, especially if you have a 4 times. You got a pretty good chance. Now, depending on what weapon they have, it's gonna vary. If you hear a bunch of shots coming at you like ba 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 ba, then you're gonna know that it is just 10 out of 10 gunshot sounds. Am I right? If it's that quick or quicker, you're gonna know that it is a rifle that is shooting at you. But if it's a bang, 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 It could still be a rifle, you want to be careful, but really any slower than that and it is a sniper. So just watch out for those shots, time your shots, just time that as best as you can and try and get out of there. So if you just try and shoot back. If you're in a car, just keep driving in the open, just keep driving, you are pretty much safe. Now next is the offensive and defensive kind of spot, and when you want to go offensive and when you want to be more defensive. Now it all depends on the situation. All these topics depend on situation, but really when you want to go offensive is when you know that you have the advantage. Okay, I've showed this before in a previous video, but there was once a guy who was looting a body in a house, and I knew I had the advantage because I had a shotgun and he was right in front of the door, so all I had to do was open the door and shoot him. So that is an offensive move. I was attacking him and he didn't see it coming. You really want to attack people when they're least expecting it, because then it catches them off guard, scares them a little bit, and that's usually how they end up dying. And it's a great way to end up killing someone. So really I would say only go offensive if you know that you have the advantage. Also sniping is also a big one. I wouldn't snipe if you don't know that there's people around, like nearby, because if they hear you, they're gonna come to you, they're gonna kill you. Somebody is. But if you see somebody way in the distance with the sniper, go ahead, take the shot. If it's way in the distance though, then you're gonna need an 8 times. I would not recommend doing it with a 4 times, because if the highest you can go is a 4 times, and let's just say the length of the person is perfect for 4 times, it's not a good idea unless you can get that perfect headshot and you know they got like a level 2 helmet and you got like a Car 98 or something. Now the defense is also when you have an advantage. This also plays along with if you should run or you should fight back. It kind of goes along with the 3 defense things, like it was like run, fight, or flight, something like that. But basically, if someone's in the same house as you, if you have a shotgun, you're gonna want to defend. If you're in an open field, they start shooting at you, you're gonna want to defend. If they're just shooting at you and you can easily get in a car, in a house, do that. Hide, okay? You don't want to risk the chance of dying unless they've got a really bad aim and you can fight back. Then you just have to be careful. Be very cautious. This is a game of caution, and really the way I win most of my games is hiding. Like it's maybe sound a little like seem like I'm a wuss, but it works. It gets the job done, hiding and not killing anybody. I have won games before, I think, without killing anybody or killing like one person. So just be careful with that. And we're gonna go ahead and get on to our next topic before we take up too much time. It's already been 10 minutes. So next is shooting at vehicles. Should you go for the tires, the vehicle, or the person? Should you even be shooting at a vehicle? Now I gotta say, really the only time you should be shooting at a vehicle is if you need it, like the red zone is coming up close. Sorry, not the red zone. The play zone is coming up close. You need that vehicle to get out of there really quickly, and you see someone drive by it, I would say go ahead. Okay, and if you keep missing shots, try and go for the person. And that if you need the car, and I would say again, go for the person if they steal your vehicle. If your vehicle's just sitting there, they hop in your car and just take out your weapon and start shooting at the person. And try and do that as quick as possible, because you're probably going to need that car. The times you're going to want to shoot out the tires of a vehicle is if it's just sitting there. That's what I do, so nobody else can find the car. I shoot out the tires, so it's impossible to drive, and it would be just faster driving on, it would just be faster going on foot. So I would recommend that. Also, the times you're going to want to go for the tires is you can't shoot out the tires on a motorbike, just keep that in mind. But the only times you should be going for the tire is if really they're going like straight on and you have an easy shot, but it takes 3 shots, so I would just be careful about that. Just do the best you can. If you're gonna go for the tires, I suggest not going for the tires unless you're trying to slow them down. Then go ahead and shoot them. Now, the time you're gonna want to be going for the vehicle, which I don't suggest you do, because I think that it's better just letting them go off and not challenging them, because they could come back and try and kill you. But if you're gonna go for the vehicle, I would say if someone steals your car and they're already driving off, go for the vehicle. If you can't have it, nobody can. Just think in that mindset. Also, the time you're going to be wanting to go for the vehicle is if really you're just trying to kill them. Or maybe you're on the bridge, but if you're on the bridge, I would suggest going for the person. But any other time, just go for the vehicle. I would say if you're going to go for something, go for the person, then the vehicle, and then the tires. The next topic is, should I be shooting outside of the play zone? You see someone and they're shooting you see someone outside of the play zone. All right. Should you be shooting at them? It really just depends how late or early into the round. I would suggest waiting till they get inbounds, and then you can go loot their body. But if it's just like the last couple people, go ahead and kill them. You don't want them having any sort of advantage. If it's maybe like the last 15 people, I would say go ahead and shoot that person if they are out of the play zone, because they're going to be chipped away. Their health is getting chipped away. Just go ahead and kill them. Just be careful. If there's people around you, I would suggest not doing it. Or if you have a suppressor, go ahead. It's an easy shot. Just if you're in a smaller area and people can hear you, you're not going to want them to hear you, so I would not do it. Just this entire game is pretty much about how you're going to handle gunfights and stuff. You just need to be aware and be cautious of what you're doing and how it will impact you, because if you know that there are people around, then it's not going to be the best option to start shooting at someone, because then they have the advantage of knowing where you are. And then the last one is shooting someone at a long distance, at maybe like 100 meters away. I would not suggest it unless you have a sniper within 8 times. Because if you have a rifle, it's going to be hard to hit them. If you have a 4 times, it'll be better, but an 8 times would be best in those long range situations. I would not go for those long range battles though, unless you have a sniper or DMR, the new Mini 14, which is actually a pretty sick weapon. I like it a lot. Anyways, I wouldn't do it. Again, just be careful, know what you're doing, and I would say the only time you should really be doing that is, again, if you know there's not people around and if that person is stationary. Really, you're going to be wanting to shoot people when they're stationary, because that's going to be the easiest to hit them. And if they're not stationary, obviously you're going to be wanting to lead your bullets a little bit. If you don't know what that means, aim a little bit of ahead so that it can compensate for the bullet drop, and the bullet travel time as well, so it can just travel at the perfect speed and it can hit them. That is it for this video, guys. I hope you enjoyed, and if you did, please leave a like and don't forget to subscribe. If you have any other questions, let me know in the comments below. I will try and get more of these videos out because they're quite easy to make. Just let me know if you guys have any specific topics you want me to be talking about. Anyways, I think that's it. I will try and come out with more PUBG videos. Also, I need to get back on that CS:GO grind. It's been a long time since I played CS:GO. My internet is kind of inconsistent, so we'll see. Anyways, guys, it's been a long video. If you enjoyed, then I'll see you. And that has been it. I'll see you guys in the next video. Peace.